It's a Warm Embers episode. Hey, we're recording.
Oh,
so
oops.
Feel free to talk.
Oh, no, I can't. Don't tell me that don't tell me that we have to talk this, then I can't talk.
You just spent like 10 minutes talking almost nonstop before I turned on the recording.
I know. Now it's like pressure to speak.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I need to go off camera. I was going to say, I need to go off camera, entertain the crowds. What? Silence.
Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. Warm Embers episode, not our usual format because it's my fault.
It's all your fault.
It's my fault. We were supposed to record. Well, we ended up not recording over the weekend, which is when we usually like to record. That's not my fault. That was like a joint effort.
Oh, wait, no. I said I was going to, I'm ready. I was never ready.
No.
It's fine.
But then we were like, okay, Monday, we're going to record on Monday. And so I canceled the D&D game that I was supposed to run. And I feel bad about that. But then Monday at work, I got super nauseated and lightheaded and dehydrated. And so I just wasn't feeling good. So when we got home, I kind of just crashed and we did not record the podcast. And so now is a very last minute recording and neither of us were able to kind of finalize our research. So we're just doing a Warm Embers episode with very minimal editing. We're recording this on Tuesday. It's the day we normally would release our bonus content.
So our patrons.
Sorry, patrons, we did not have bonus content for you this week. We'll do better. But yeah, it's my fault.
It's all your fault. Okay.
I'm feeling better now.
That's good.
Yeah.
You did look pretty rough yesterday. I felt bad for you. I was like, yeah, we should probably not worry about it.
But yeah. It happens.
So I think we talked a little bit about what we want to talk about.
Yep.
And I think we have this thing with our patrons called Tea Time that we do a couple, 3 times a month.
Yeah. 2 of our tea times are for our Wolfborn and Blade Dancer tiers only. But then at the end of the month, we have an all patron tea time that's open to our chaotics as well.
And this past weekend was the all patron. And we got talking about the book that kind of, well, not the book that started this, but the book we're working on with our writing coach.
Yeah.
And we had some really good conversations about that. And we thought we would kind of make this an almost tea time / Warm Embers session.
Yeah.
To kind of tie in everything with the Patreon, the podcast, our book, writing progress journey thing.
We also had a friend ask us to talk about, let me pull up the message. We were just texting with him today, and he asked us to talk about how we come up with the ideas for our books and how we take it from our idea to actual words, which is the hardest. The hardest part.
I mean, ideas are easy because ADHD is a thing.
Yeah.
And we go, oh, what would make a cool story? Da, 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 da. And then we never revisit that again.
Yeah. So what order do we want to do this in? Should we just talk about Scarab first and then?
That's the one that's in progress and that we're actively working on to get to publishing status.
Yeah, that's the one we hope to publish soon.
I mean,
So, yeah, we have edits to do and then probably some more fine tuning and polishing once we work with our writing coach. And then the whole process of querying and trying to find an agent could take quite a bit of time. So I say soon. It might be of
the many ideas we have, Scarab is at the forefront.
Yeah.
in the line of
we'll say that.
attempting. We did talk a little bit about how we want to do kind of a traditional publishing, which is you have to query, you have to get an agent. Mm-hmm. That agent takes it to the publishing houses and that sort of thing. But we also have stories that we are considering doing self-publishing. Like there's a couple different websites that you can do that through.
Uh-huh.
But that's like, we have to finish those.
We have to have a finished. Yeah.
But yeah, I guess, let's focus on Scarab, and then we
Okay.
could talk. I do want to, like you mentioned, our different Patreon tiers, Blade Dancer, Wolfborn, and Chaotic.
Yeah.
And that is kind of at the heart of where we started everything.
Stop. Okay.
But yeah, the name of our tiers is at the heart of where we started kind of our writing journey with the Blade Dancer is a book that we have.
Yeah, it's a series of books. It's going to be a huge project. It's the one that kind of got us into setting up this Patreon. It was going to be our main focus. And then the cats are going crazy. It was going to be our main focus and our number one goal. It was going to be our first ever debut novel. But we realized how much work it still needed in order for us to tell the story that we want to tell. So we tabled that, and now we are working on one of our other ideas. I'm going to have to turn off my Discord again. Hang on a second. I mean, you could keep talking.
So I got distracted muting my computer as well. Yeah, Blade Dancers like came out of characters that Jess's character actually that we played in the first game that I ever ran. And she was a character, Jack. And kind of it started with kind of her story.
D&D.
Did I not say
we're
D&D?
talking D&D.
I'm sorry. I thought I said a
D&D
D&D game. I might have just said game.
Yeah.
It's quite possible.
I don't know. I
game.
was just telling Cake to lay down, and now she's drinking water. She's just doing everything she can possibly do to make as much noise
Even
as
though,
possible.
like 20 minutes prior to this, she's just been laying
She
there
was just
perfectly
snoozing on her
silent.
bed. Yeah.
But yeah, so
Now
Blade
there's a
Dancers,
hissing cat somewhere.
Wolfborn, Chaotic, all those are themes, titles, descriptors in our baby, our novel that we wrote that needs a lot of work
in that universe.
Yeah. So we're kind of keeping those as the name of our tiers, just kind of as a nod to like where it all started,
Yeah.
I guess. But yeah, our focus is a book called The Scarab Whispers. And that...
My God.
the cats are going
Anakin almost just
bonkers.
killed herself trying to get away because Cake was in the way.
Kate,
It's
go
okay.
lay down, sweetie.
It's okay. You didn't do anything wrong. You're good. Oh my goodness. I said minimal editing.
Yeah. Well, the patrons can have this crazy unedited content. Scarab Whispers. The two of the main characters were actually very, very, very loosely based on two characters we played in a short D&D campaign.
Yeah, very loosely based.
Like
And
literally
actually,
not even
the
anymore.
character that you played now has a character, I guess, in the Blade Dancer universe. So we kind of split. We just took the little spark of an idea we had while playing this game and turned it into Scarab. But the characters themselves are in the Blade Dancer universe, but also a different version of them. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, these characters that we made for this game sparked two whole separate things.
Yeah.
And one of them is Scarab.
Yeah.
Have we actually said the full name? The Scarab Whispers.
The Scarab Whispers. Yes,
what
I
it
did.
is.
I
Okay.
did say the Scarab Whispers.
Because we keep saying Scarab, and I'm like,
Yeah, I just kind of shortened it down to Scarab. But
man.
yeah, the Scarab Whispers is the book title.
it takes place on a single continent. We don't even have the world developed at all.
Yeah, I don't even have a world name for it. We just have this continent as the location.
Yeah. And you've got a tyrannical leader who Well, that I think that about sums him up without giving away spoilers.
Without giving away too much. Yeah, he's not a great guy, but he's kind of entrenched his entire, what is it called? Monarchy?
Yeah.
That's what it's called. Oh my gosh. His entire line has been the rulers of this continent for generations and generations.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they've just kind of progressively gotten worse and worse over the years.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, our story is kind of like the tipping point.
Yeah. It's that point in time where people are rebelling just a little bit more because they, they're tired of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it
I guess like if we hearken back to one of your episodes, sorry, these cats. What was it? The Duchess de Praslin?
Yeah.
She was kind of leading up to the revolution.
Uh-huh.
And that's kind of where our story is.
Yeah.
It's not the revolution, but it's leading right up to it.
Yeah.
And the events that happen in this book are kind of...
It's going to be like the sparks.
The sparks,
Yeah. That sort of start the whole thing going.
Yeah. So we're excited. It is a I mean, I don't know. I think it's a good story. Our beta readers like it. So
Yeah.
that's good.
Even though like there are things that are going to be significantly changed with the edits that we're doing.
Yes.
So
based on feedback from our initial beta readers and our writing
Beth.
coach.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited for the things that we're adjusting.
Yeah.
It's not the change of the story. The story's not changing, just some character descriptives and developments.
Yeah. Well, and some aspects of the story are changing.
Yeah, some things that
but
were...
it's not going to change kind of the core of what we have.
Yeah, some things that were unknown to certain characters are going to be known to those characters now.
Yeah.
Because it's going to tell the
That's
story
a good way to sum it up.
Yeah.
For both things.
Yeah. Yeah. Some unknown things will be known.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to just like tell the story, but we can't.
I know.
I think I just might have kicked a cat under my table.
No.
I felt something when I moved my foot.
I don't see anything.
Okay. No, I kicked it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. We're very excited about Scarab, and we're excited to dive back into it. And hopefully we can give you guys some more little tidbits here and there. We're mostly saving the real deep dives for our patrons. And we actually do have a couple of posts about Scarab available to our patrons. We talk about the sort of pantheon of gods that we created for this world, for at least the continent. Like I said, we haven't really developed the world yet, but the people in this continent, we made some gods for them. And
and kind of a belief system.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think the vibe is kind of ancient Egypt, but not fully.
We
draw kind of that vibe.
We did draw a lot of inspiration from ancient Egypt, but not, I don't know. We didn't want to blatantly copy any of that, even though like we do have a feline goddess similar to
Bast.
Yeah. But we're the scarab symbology or symbolism and the jackal symbolism, like we have things that sort of nod to ancient Egypt or that whole vibe. But yeah, we didn't want to just like blatantly steal any of those beliefs or copy them.
Yeah, like I didn't want to just pull the exact beliefs and the exact gods into a universe that's not where they belong.
Yeah.
And like I've always been fascinated by Egypt since I was a kid, and like I've read anything I could get my hands on about it. So yeah, I love it, and I kind of love the kind of feel of it.
Uh-huh.
But I don't want to just be like, oh, this is Ra and Horus and Osiris.
Yeah.
I just want to pull them in and try to write that story differently because it doesn't fit with the story we're telling.
Yeah.
but we do have kind of that feel and that kind of vibe, I guess is the best way to describe it. But it is more
feels and vibes.
Yeah, feels and vibes.
That's what this episode's going to be called.
Okay.
Write that down.
But yeah, like it's got kind of, there is there is some tech involved and a little bit of magic, but that's not the core of it. It's not that.
It's not like, unlike Blade Dancers that has a lot of magic, it's not the typical sort of fantasy magic world.
Yeah.
But
magic is
a little bit.
There's a little bit of magic that exists, but it's not like everybody's not like got some kind of magical tricks or whatever that they can do. It's just a very specific source and usage, I guess. I don't know the right terminology that I'm looking for, but it is just kind of very specific and limited. Yeah.
It's just rare in this world.
But tech exists.
Tech exists, but we're kind of flavoring it as magic, sort of.
I think it's if you have the tech, it's familiar to you. Yes. But if you're not familiar with it, it will seem like magic.
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
Yeah.
I think that's the best explanation.
Because there's a huge class difference. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the king, we'll say the king has all kinds of tech available to him, but
the majority of the populace do not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
I think that's
fun.
A good way. Yeah. Good differentiation. What's a word that didn't sound right? Is that right?
A good
differentiation? I don't know.
What's your context? What are you trying to say?
That's
a good way to say it.
A good way to differentiate. That's what I was trying to say.
Differentiate between what and what?
The ruling class and then the population.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man, sorry. Words are being weird with me.
But yeah, we've done a couple of deep dives, circling it back to our Patreon. We've done a couple of deep dives into the sort of world of Scarab that we're working in. And so if you're curious to know more about that, we're hoping to do more soon as we dive into the edits. We're going to introduce some characters probably.
I want to talk about all the characters, but I can't.
I know.
I will talk too much. I will tell you and then this, oh, wait, you're not supposed to know that.
Yeah. And then at the end, this really big thing happens.
At the end? Yeah. And then book 2.
Yeah.
My chair is like, can you hear the squeaking of my chair every time I move? It's making a little, okay.
Are you like up against your desk or something?
No, I thought I was, but I'm not. It's just, it's in the back of it.
Yeah, I don't know.
It doesn't usually do this. And that's the Scarab Whispers. I got nothing else to say without spoilers.
Yeah.
I will say there is a really awesome, fantastic lead female character.
We're working on making her.
She will be.
Yeah, we're giving her more main character energy because in our first draft, I don't know if we really explored that much.
Yeah, she was kind of just who she was. She was kind of who she was in the scene we opened with. Like, we didn't really develop who she was before that moment.
Yeah, we never really took readers through like a day in the life before things changed drastically for her. So, yeah we're going to have more of that.
So we have a little more development of her prior to the events and then during the events. Because she was really just kind of reactive to what was happening around her.
And that was partially on purpose. She didn't really get proactive until later in the book. So there was like that little bit of character growth, but we want her, like I said, we want to have more main character energy for her.
Yep. I just want to keep talking and I'm like, and then this is going to do this and then that's going to happen and that other person over there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we also are going to introduce some of the recurring characters that come into play later in the book that we get a brief peek at in the beginning but we're going to kind of develop those kind of characters and relationships a little more.
Yeah.
To kind of build that out and kind of bring them to life.
Mm-hmm.
We've been talking back and forth since we kind of completed the first draft. We've been kind of talking back and forth about the different characters and how, like, oh, but what if this person, kind of did this or felt this way about a thing, and kind of getting a better picture of who they are in our heads. And I think that's going to help us in this edit, specifically with a few scenes in the beginning, kind of bringing out their personalities.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to write those.
Yeah,
so
me too.
I have the document open.
Ooh.
I have the manuscript open on my computer, and I don't have the whole. I have the edit.
The edits.
The edits.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
We have a separate working doc that we're writing in because our main doc is still with beta readers. They have access to it, so we don't want to be like in there doing edits and
then they're
writing
reading and going, wait, what is happening right now?
Yeah.
Like, never mind.
No,
you see nothing to see here.
Anyway, yeah. So inspiration from Scarab came from D&D. That's like where inspiration from a lot of our stuff comes from. And then our friend Jim, thanks Jim, asked like how do we turn our ideas into words? I don't know if I have an answer for that, because I really, really have a hard time writing down what's in my head in a way that makes sense. And I don't know if there's like a trick or a process that I do. If I have one, then I have not identified it, and I don't know. But like, yeah, that's just, for me, that is the hardest part. And I guess it helps to just get ideas out, even if the sentences don't make sense and aren't even complete sentences, or maybe just bullet points.
Yeah,
that helps. And then, like, sometimes it's really difficult to sort of envision a scene in your head and convey that on paper. And sometimes it comes easier.
I struggle with that too. Like because once I know the character and once I know the location, I have it very vividly in my head. Aphantasia, I do not have, harking back to our first episode.
Yeah.
But
Second episode.
Second? Oh, yeah, our first one was the other one. Okay, sorry. I'm not looking at the board. Yeah. It's behind me. But yeah, I can see things very vividly, so I will just write out the conversation, and my characters tend to just be existing in a void where nothing is around them, but on paper. But in my head, I can see the whole scenery and everything.
Yeah.
So for me, description and putting
difficult.
that on the paper so that everyone who else will read this can actually
envision it.
Be like, oh, okay, they're on a boat. I totally didn't get that. Yeah. Like, I thought they were, sitting in a tavern somewhere or, at a desk or something. It's like, oh, no, they're on a boat because, I just forgot to say that the sea is, rough and wavy or whatever. I don't know what the ocean does. I won't write boat scenes because I'm not an ocean person.
I don't know what the ocean does.
I meant like,
You've been on boats before.
I've been on a boat. 2 boats in the ocean.
Oh my goodness.
One was a fishing boat and one was a cruise ship. And that's it. That's my boating experience on oceans. I've been on a small boat in a lake, but that's it. 3 occur. I can't pretend to describe what happens on an ocean.
Okay. I can.
Okay, good.
Because I have an imagination.
I mean, oh my gosh, I have an imagination. I can imagine things, but that would be one of the things I would research. What does it feel like? What is this? Like describing, or watching a show where I could see what happens on a boat and be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I want it to be as real as I can make it, I guess. Wow, that was a tangent.
Yeah.
You say something now.
Are you sure?
Yes.
So yeah, I think, Jim, ask us again when we have a few books under our belt. Maybe we'll both have more experience and have a better answer. But right now, the answer to how do we get the words on the paper from the ideas in our head is it's freaking hard. That's how.
Yeah. I mean,
really
and
hard.
there's a writer trick where if you hit like writer's block or you don't know how to do a scene, you just bracket something big happens here and then you move on.
Yeah.
And,
or like
and,
says something cheesy or
yeah,
whatever.
says something cheesy or says something profound. And,
Yeah.
you know, and you just sit there staring, what profound thing? You're like, I got to move on. And you come back to it.
Yeah.
And I've done that a few times. And like we have so many Google Docs with various conversations and random scenes and stuff that with characters. Sorry, the cat is now attacking a box.
Yeah.
With random scenes and characters that may never see the light of day. And sometimes it is just I had this scene, and you go and write the scene and nothing else is ever written about that moment, but that scene is there because I envisioned it or whatever. And even then, sometimes it'll be like 4 sentences. I'm like, oh, that's it. That's all I wanted to write.
Yeah. Okay. Now that's been established. We can
cool.
move on.
Move on. Yeah. It's just a process. And I admire the writers who can outline their book start to finish and know like, okay, I'm doing this and this and this and this. Cause I'm trying to do the reverse outline. Like we've written all this stuff. Now go find these key points and build off of that to make the story flow the way a book should.
Yeah.
And that was something Beth told us to do. And that helped me, like getting it all out there and then like, oh, okay. So like this scene is just a fluff scene and unimportant.
Yeah.
You know, but finding the scenes that actually matter and keeping those and building those out.
Another thing that Beth did that helped us is dividing our book into acts. And she does 7 acts. And like if you just Google this, you will find like a 3-act format, a 5-act format, a 7-act format. It really just depends on your preference. I liked her 7 acts.
Yeah.
And like she will break your novel down and say like, you know, here we have in the first act, it should be sort of like a day in the life, like we were saying earlier, a day in the life of our main character in Scarab was missing. And so she was like, this is what your first act should be. Right now, your setup is okay, but we need more in the first act. And then she took us through like all 7 acts and said, you know, by the middle of your book, that should be sort of like a big major turning point.
Point of no return.
Yeah, that is what she called it. Yeah. And that was actually something that we nailed because like right at the middle of our book was a big thing that happened that, you know, was that kind sort of changed things for the main character and sort of changed her how she viewed herself and what she thought her role was. So funny. But yeah, it's the whole 7-act thing. And that helped us a lot with like trying to figure out what scenes should go where and pacing. It helps with pacing too. 'Cause we found out that we sort of just kind of rushed the ending a little bit. And at the time we were writing it, we were so excited that we were almost done that we did unintentionally rush over important things.
Yeah,
like
I feel like we did that those last few chapters in like 4 days or something.
Did,
like we sat in front of the computer for 4 days and we just wrote and wrote and wrote. And then we're like, oh my gosh, we're done.
We're done.
What?
Yeah.
We're done. And and then looking back over it, we're like, wow, we did just kind of burn through that.
Yeah.
Like
it was just like
really
the
quick.
last chapter, we had so much going on that we could have spaced out and dwelled on and at least given our characters time to react to.
Yeah. a lot happened. And like pacing was the thing. And that Beth was like, hey, you know, this happened really quickly and this other part like was slower. So like you can speed up a little bit here, but
maybe put a little less here and a little more here. And
which I liked. I just like our first initial meeting with Beth after she read our book it made me so. I went into it going, oh, this is going to be so bad. She's going to be like, this is so terrible. But Beth is awesome, and she didn't do that.
Yeah.
And she did give us really good pointers. And a lot of the things that she said to us were things that we had kind of tossed around previously, like
things that we
this
already
would be
kind
like
of
a
knew.
good thing to do, but we weren't sure.
Yeah.
And so it was good to see that we were in the right direction, and we didn't have to be like, but I like that scene and I demand that it stays in,
Yeah.
And she did say, like, if you like a scene and it has to stay in, just it stays in, like, because it's your book.
Yeah. She did, like, she started the whole meeting with, like, everything that I'm going to tell you is legit, just suggestions.
Mm-hmm.
If you disagree with it, cool. It's your book. This is your creativity that you are pouring out onto the page. And if you don't feel like you need to compromise, then don't compromise. And we really appreciated that too.
Yeah, that made me feel really like, because we've talked about imposter syndrome before and struggling with that. And I personally struggle with, I will take a critique as criticism instead of just like a helpful thing. And that's just a personality problem that I have. So I'm having it the way she was like, this is your baby and you love it. But, these are just suggestions.
I have some suggestions.
And I was like, I am open to suggestions instead of being like bristling up and going, stop changing everything, So it was nice to kind of get that nice lead in. Yeah. Like, hey, I'm not saying this is a bad thing. I'm just saying, what if this?
Yeah.
And I like what if, so it was a good thing for me.
Yeah. It also made it that much better that the suggestions that she did have were things that we had already been like, oh yeah, that should probably change, or stuff like that. It
kind of validated like our thought processes, which I think was helpful.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I know was helpful just because, like, again, just being like, oh, okay, we did something good here. I remember being like, oh my gosh, like we did it.
Yay. Yeah. Yeah. We felt so good after that meeting. Mm-hmm. And then we didn't
touch the poor book for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Such
I think we needed
is the
to
nature
take
of the beast.
Yeah. We needed to take a step back from it to kind of to pull away from everything we had just thrown on the page and take a breath and see it with fresh eyes.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
then just it feels like a ton of everything kind of came piling in on us and distracting us from it in one way or the other. And we just couldn't, I personally couldn't find the headspace to get into it again.
Yeah.
For a while.
Same.
And then something triggered a few weeks ago.
The TTRPG game that we're making.
Oh, right. We were like, what if we do this? Yeah. And then we're like, oh, I have an idea for that scene. And I think we just ran to the computer and wrote something. And then we're like, okay, now let's talk about this TTRPG that we're thinking of. Yeah. So, and then do you want to expand on that?
The TTRPG?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, first of all, since we are sort of shifting gears, I do want to plug Beth Revis, our writing coach. She is also an author. She writes a lot of sci-fi and fantasy novels. She's done a couple of Star Wars books. She also has a series of books called Paper Hearts that is advice for writers. And I recommend those 100%. She's awesome. She also has a Patreon, which is how we got her to be our writing coach. There is a tier on there that she will critique your work and meet with you and sort of help you not only with the writing process, but the publishing process too once you get there. So definitely look her up, Beth Revis.
She's awesome. She's also awesome. Just a wonderful person that I knew when I lived in North Carolina and worked at a tiny little cafe.
So Jack, my character in the Blade Dancer novels and the first D&D game that Hids ran, Beth was played with us in that for a short time. Game. Yeah.
That's great. It was just so cool.
Until 2020 happened, and then
Yeah, and then we couldn't have in-person games anymore,
Yeah.
and we had to, focus on, just surviving.
Yeah.
But
That was
yeah,
sad. I do want to play.
I
with-
know
with
that
them
was
again.
that was a lot of fun. It
Yeah.
was a fun story,
Yeah.
but
Anyway, so yeah, the Scarab Whispers TTRPG, I think our working title is Rebels of Puntafi, which is the name of the continent. And it's kind of it's going to have cozy vibes. We're thinking that all the sessions, I guess, the missions, the adventures, whatever we end up calling them, the games, they're not going to be super high stakes because, again, this is taking place sort of around the same time that the Scarab Whispers takes place, maybe slightly beforehand, when like there are just like whispers of rebellion here and there. So nothing world shattering, nothing too
like
crazy.
organized.
Yeah.
Between, because the continent is kind of broke up into 6 houses or kingdoms or nations, however you want to
Yeah.
describe. We call them
I want to
houses.
say nations because
But yeah.
kingdoms, they're not each
Yeah, they're
ruled by
not-
a separate king.
Yeah, they're kind of nations, and so they don't really they exist together and they work together, like as far as trade and that sort of thing. But the little mini rebellions that are starting to happen in the concept of this game are not organized.
Yeah.
It's just like a handful of people who are like, I am sick of this. Let's do something about it. And
Yeah.
20 or 30 people try to do something about, changing the face. But it does have like, rippling effects
Yeah.
that lead up to book 2.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're kind of excited about it. We don't really have solid mechanics in place. We need to come up with some, I think we're going to end up calling them missions.
Yeah.
But we do have like the concept of character building, character creation. We have that sort of mostly fleshed out. And we have basic structure of how our missions are going to go. It's going to be, you're going to have some focus on like information gathering and then the actual carrying out of the mission. That it's all going to be in one session. And yeah, we're excited about that. And we think that once we sort of know the game and write it and have play tested it, we're going to look into either Kickstarter or backer kit to get it out there.
Yeah. I'm excited for that.
Yeah. It's going to be a D6 based game. So all you'll need is like a standard dice,
Yeah.
6-sided dice. And
And imagination.
And an imagination.
But yeah, we have we will be like looking through kind of offering as we get and kind of get into where we start to play test our ideas and make sure that what we're working with works for someone. We'll be going to our patrons and kind of doing some little playtest games.
Yeah.
And we do have some patrons who are game masters or dungeon masters and have ran games, and we'll be kind of handing it off to them because we know our play style, but everybody else has like a different play style when they run a game.
Yeah.
And so we kind of want to get some of that different.
Yeah.
Like some people go, okay, vague idea, I'm going to run away with it in this direction, and some people go directly by the book and step by step through the adventure and stuff. So we kind of want to make sure that
we have
what we've written translates well to play styles, to different
Yeah.
play styles, not just our own personal play styles. So.
And since we're inventing the game, like it'll be easy for us to make a ruling on the fly.
Yeah.
But we want to be able to have like something concrete, like, rule book for, DMs to look at, or GMs, game masters to look at and sort of clarify. Yeah, so we're hoping to not only play test it by running games ourselves, but being able to hand like a PDF over to other game masters and have them run it without us, without our input, and just see how it goes.
Yeah. Did it make sense? Were you like, was there a spot where it wasn't fun? Was there a spot where it should have been more fun. More things should have happened that influence, so there's, is there enough information to run it? Do you need more story? Do you need more, backstory or
and then,
location stuff?
Is it okay if we just let the GM decide a lot of
things on
the fly, or, would you prefer more set guidelines or even like personalities for the NPCs to know how they would interact with characters? So
I'm excited to kind of dive into that and like crafting the NPCs for it that you can meet in those specific missions and kind of letting them exist in the universe or on the world. I'm excited to get into that.
Me too.
And our work schedules just changed, so we actually have some more time.
We have a little bit more free time.
A little more free time on our hands, so we can actually focus on the things we want to do.
Yeah.
So
we're hoping to really churn out some cool, fresh content soon.
And also be able to focus more on the podcast. I know sometimes I don't get to do as much research as I want to do on a subject.
Yeah.
And I get a little annoyed, and I'm like, okay, it's fine. I just need to have, enough to talk for however many minutes I'm supposed to talk.
Yeah.
And sometimes I do have a lot more, and I'm like, I don't have time to put it in, or I don't have time to deep dive into like the real meat of it. I have to kind of give an overview.
Yeah.
Because I don't have time to pull those other nuggets out and kind of flesh out the topic. So it's going to be nice having a little extra time to spend on research for this podcast.
We ran into that problem this week. We ran into it a couple weeks ago when we did the Wild Magic Surge. And we're just hoping to be able to actually buckle down and get on a good recording / editing schedule and
research
being
schedule. Able to And also we did get, during our tea time last weekend, we got 6 new topics added to our list.
Yeah.
So we love that because it gives us kind of a fresh new, what am I going to draw? We know what's on the list. Oh no, we got 6 more topics in there now. So yeah, if you want to send us a topic, jessandhids@gmail.com, jessandhids@gmail.com. We love it. We want to know what you want us to talk about too.
Yeah.
Feel free. Shoot us an email and we'll look at it. We'll add it to the list.
Yes. We could always use more topics.
Always.
Yeah.
We ordered more cards to put our topics on because we draw them all from a big giant deck of cards.
Oh, yeah.
It's fun.
Big giant as in 5x7 cards.
Yeah, they're fun.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we talked about Scarab. We talked about the TTRPG. Do we want to talk about other books and ideas that we've had?
Man. Well, we did talk a little bit briefly starting off, we want to do Scarab traditional publishing, but then we had ideas for self-publishing. And we have the cozy dark, kind of cozy fantasy, cozy dark. I just call it cozy dark.
The cozy dark.
The cozy dark.
We don't have a title for it yet.
No.
But yeah, we had this idea also inspired by D&D characters. I mean, it's kind of a world hopping fun time, kind of low stakes.
Yeah.
But also could get dark. So maybe not a lot of people's typical idea of cozy, but I think cozy.
Cozy, can you tell right off what the cozy genre is, the cozy fantasy genre?
So a lot of people actually interpret it differently, which is where I was kind of trying to lead into, but couldn't come up with the words. So I'm glad that you just flat out asked.
Just tell me what it is.
Yeah,
tell me what it is.
The cozy genre is just low stakes. It's usually, if you look up cozy fantasy books today, it's probably going to take place in a bakery or a cafe or
a bookstore
or a jam shop or something like that. It's sort of a glimpse into a more average life than, say, a high fantasy book where you are on this quest to save the world. Stakes are very high there.
Yeah.
So a cozy fantasy, specifically cozy fantasy, would be just, there is a problem to be solved, but it's not super high stakes. But in my opinion, and I actually heard an author, I forget who it was, but we watched a panel of a lot of cozy fantasy authors talking about what cozy means to them. Mm-hmm. And one of them said, like, you can go as dark as you want or even as high stakes as you want. What cozy really truly is throughout the whole book, you reassure the reader that kindness is at the top of the character's priority list and that everything will turn out okay in the end. So like, whereas a high fantasy book, you might have character deaths that you didn't see coming that like really let you down and gut you. But in a cozy fantasy, you might have a character death, but there will be some sort of silver lining, around that whole situation. And like, as long as the reader throughout the whole book knows that everything is going to be okay, then that is what cozy means, at least to this particular author. And I really liked that sort of description of it.
Yeah, I like that too, because especially the focus on kindness.
Yeah.
Because we, like in like high fantasy, since we're comparing the two, the high fantasy or sci-fi or the kind of darker story lines, you do have this big, huge thing that has to be done, and there's a lot of ruthlessness along the way. And there might be some small moments of kindness or downtime, but it's like nonstop adrenaline the entire time.
Yeah.
Where in the cozy genre, you do have this downtime where you just get kind of a day in the life, where it's just kind of, you're at your favorite tea shop and you're having tea and biscuits and reading a book, and then, something, hey, they're talking about that thing that I need to kind of take care of, that little problem over there.
Yeah.
And you go off and do that. But then there's also like I almost said small tragedies, but like on the grand scheme of things, there are smaller things that aren't great.
Yeah.
But in the end, it's going to be great. Like it's going to work out. And I think like it's a comfort read. I think like two of the biggest, or one of the biggest books is Legends and Lattes.
Yeah.
Kind of, you have this ex-adventurer who just wants to settle down and have her coffee shop, and kind of the struggles of making that happen because her adventuring life kind of comes back.
Yeah.
And causes some issues. But in the end, she does have a nice little coffee shop.
Yeah.
And so you kind of know that is coming in the end.
Yeah.
And it's kind of just a fun little comfort read.
Yeah. There's also The Spell Shop and Cursed Cocktails, and I think both of those authors were on the panel.
I
that we
know
watched.
That one of them was. I can't remember
The Spell Shop
name,
one was because that's where we got that book to read in our book club.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't remember her name, but yeah.
I'm
similar. Both books have similar vibes. There is, in The Spell Shop, you have not an ex-adventurer, but somebody who lived this very sheltered life in this library full of magic books, and something happened to the library. She had to flee and ends up going to her old family home on a remote island and has these books that are now illegal to be in possession of. And she sets up a jam shop and has this secret little side hustle of casting spells for people. And it's pretty cute. And so, like, since the books are illegal, there's your conflict. Mm-hmm. And that's all I'll say about that, because I don't want to do spoilers.
Yeah, don't do spoilers.
And then there's
Sarah Beth Durst is the author.
Durst, thank you. And then there's Cursed Cocktails, which is an ex sort of adventurer, but ex-soldier who wants to retire and set up a cocktail bar.
That's S.L. Rowland.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure we have
both
the
of
right
those names were
name.
like on the tip of my tongue. I'm actually just impressed that I remembered the names of the books. But yeah, with Cursed Cocktails, it is similar vibes. Just wants to retire, set up a a nice shop in this sort of touristy beach town, and something happens that, you know, makes him have to step up and sort of use his old skills as a soldier. And but I sort of forget where I was going with this, but like cozy.
We were just talking about like
genre,
the cozy genre.
Yeah, it's low stakes. And for ours, we have two characters that are kind of just thrown together, and
two characters from very different backgrounds, one of which really dislikes the other character.
Yeah.
And everything about them. The one character is Faye, and the other character hates Faye.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely. Like, their entire life is hunting Faye. So but now they have to depend on this Faye to get home.
Yeah.
So it's
and so like even just the whole conflict between the characters could be the conflict of the story, but we're going to add some extra drama in there.
Of course.
Yeah. And we actually have the dark part of the cozy dark comes in when somebody's soul has to be restored, and that's all I'm going to say about that. This book might be years down the road before anybody sees it. So if anybody actually reads this and remembers, oh my gosh, they spoiled that in that one podcast episode, I would be very
Thank
surprised.
you for remembering us. Like, yay. But that is one going back to the publishing, that is one we actually may do through our Patreon or through like a self-publishing thing, like
we might
kind
go
of a
chapter
serial
by chapter.
chapter by chapter release. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then like it may be something that we get kind of input as we write. Like our patrons may be able to say, I don't know.
Yeah.
We have kind of a storyline in mind, but we may allow.
That it involved world hopping. Mm-hmm. So I think it would be fun to include patrons in our world building. Yeah. Like, okay, the next world they're going to be on is, you know, slightly dystopian. What have you got for me?
Yeah.
Like, what ideas can we throw in here? And
just some fun stuff like that to kind of a slightly interactive story. But yeah, like, I'm excited for that. I'm like, oh, let's start doing this now. Like, no, we can't.
I know. We have so many projects that we actually need to work on.
The ADHD brain is going to be like, hyper-focused now.
Yeah.
Forget everything else.
That's going to be after Scarab, after the TTRPG. Then maybe we can focus on that.
Yeah. Yes. Because we want to do either a week by week or month by, I can't do a week by week chapter release, but every other week or month
we
by
would have
month,
to write the whole book.
We would have to write it all in advance. So it'll be something that is kind of growing as we write it. But we do have, I would say like a rough outline, but we don't have, it's not written down as a rough outline. We have a page of notes.
We don't really have the meat of it.
Yeah.
We have like one situation that we can put them in, but that would probably be
and then we have like two other
scenes
quickly to kind of make it cozy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, look, they're on a farm. Cute.
Yeah. Oh, that's adorable. He's never been on a farm before.
Has no what is that animal? Oh, that's where milk comes from? Weird. I just thought it was where steaks came from. Just kind of a weird concept there, but
yeah.
I've said too much.
Oh, no. Spoilers for a book that's going to be years in the making. Oh, no.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we just have. What did this start from? Oh, Jim's ideas. How do we get ideas? Or Jim's question on how we get ideas. They just
we
come
need
to
somebody to like rein us back in every once in a while and just hold up the topic we're supposed to be talking about on a card, and every once in a while just flash it in front of our faces. Oh yeah, right. Okay, that's what we're talking about.
We do.
We were actually we were
I'm
talking
teach
about
the cats.
Oh, okay, to hold up signs. Get back to the topic. What topic? I don't know. Stay on task. What task?
I can't stop laughing now.
I know. We were talking about ideas for future books. That's what we were talking about.
We covered so many.
Yeah. We have a couple short stories that we want to work on.
Oh, I have a wonderful little Waymo short story.
About two little Waymos that recognize each other and pass in the city every once in a while.
Yeah.
And they're going to break their programming to find each other.
Well, now you've spoiled it.
I know. It's fine.
It's fine. I have like 3 paragraphs written from Waymo 1's point of view, so
Aw.
it's cute.
Yeah.
And to make it like, I have to do things like, if the font is not right for the story will not be written. So I have, in that one, I have kind of a computery type font in that story.
I mean, as long as it's readable, I'm cool with it.
Oh, yeah, it's readable. Yeah, it has to be readable.
Yeah. And then I had another short story idea that it actually was a dream that I had, which is where a lot of my like old before I met Hids writing projects, the inspiration came from is dreams. I have a lot of wild dreams. But I had a short story idea after a weekend of watching Studio Ghibli movies. And yeah, it's going to be fun. That's all I'll say about it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I honestly don't know how to summarize it without giving it away. I guess it's going to be told from an unusual point of view. Cats being weird again. But yeah, it's going to be from somebody's perspective that you might not expect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I want to read it.
Are you trying to remember what I'm...
I am
mean?
trying to... I'm like,
Yeah.
Which one is that? I don't remember. We have, like... sometimes when I get an idea for a story, I will open a Google Doc, I will write a paragraph, I will write that thought down, and then I never look at that Google Doc again.
Yeah.
Until we talk about it, and I'm like, oh, right. Like the Waymo one, I was like, oh, I had an idea for that one. Also, I love Waymo. It's the only AI I approve of. AI I approve of.
Yeah, self-driving cars. That's going to be a fun episode when we do that.
Yeah, I'm excited to do that one.
Anyway, other future projects. We got inspired last year when we went and saw Sholo High School's production of Phantom of the Opera. We got way inspired for a Phantom of the Opera retelling. And
but I'm just going to do it. I got to shout out to Sholo High School of 2023. Is it 23?
No,
graduate?
24. Yeah.
Holy cow. Probably one of the best productions of Phantom of the Opera I have ever. I mean, like the kid who played Phantom.
Yeah.
He sang better than the Phantom on TV. I'm sorry. He was good.
Than Gerard Butler.
Yeah. Yeah. He's fantastic.
Sorry, Jerry.
Sorry.
I love you.
Love you. But this kid hopefully is somewhere in college somewhere now doing
I think he's still in high school. I thought he was
graduated.
But he was in the last play that we went to go see earlier this year, a couple months ago.
No, that was Raul.
They were both in there.
They were both in there?
Yeah.
Okay, I recognized the kid that played Raul. Okay. I'm like, yeah, wait a minute.
Like, you know the kid's name?
No,
it took me a second.
He played Raul because he got the mask out and he was like, what are these? And like, that was
the Phantom.
No, that was the kid that played Raul.
No. Anyway.
Okay, we need to go back. I got to check this. Anyway,
I might edit all this out. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it was the kid that played Raul. He was taller. Edit this out. It's fine.
The kid that played Raul was the kid that played the banker or whatever in town.
Yeah, and he's the one that got the Phantom mask out.
Oh,
in the theater.
So, no, I thought the main character got the Phantom mask out.
I don't know.
The one who was pretending to be the dude.
I've slept since then, so I've forgotten. Anyway, we do have notes on a retelling of Phantom of the Opera, and I'm excited for that one.
Yeah. Every once in a while, that one pops into my head, and I'm like, I would like to devote some thought to that soon. Mm-hmm. And then it leaves my brain again. So
yeah, it's like you think of something, and your brain's like, okay, cool, I did that.
No, I just like legit forget unless it's right in front of my face. Mm-hmm. So
we also have sorry, I'm looking at the Google Docs page. We also have like a, oh my gosh, we named them something different. Who are the Greek gods? Hades and Persephone.
Oh, oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, sorry.
We do have a good Hades and Persephone retelling.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun.
That one is
I would
fun.
like to devote some thought to that soon too. Oh my gosh. We have so many.
So, yeah, we should just do like a book of short stories.
That's not going to be a short story.
Well, no, that one's not.
No.
That one's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I have to close the Google Docs page because I'm like, I'm going to open this and start reading.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We also have the vampire werewolf one that
I forgot about that one.
we've actually incorporated that world into our D&D universe.
Mhm.
So I'm not sure how much of like we changed so much of the original story idea that we had to fit into D&D.
Mhm.
So I don't even know, like, in my mind, there's still two separate things. Like the characters that exist in this D&D world, Chantry and Rook and Bram, they are way different than the characters that are going to be in this vampire werewolf book story that we have. We might actually change the names because now we have other short story ideas for the D&D versions of Chantry, Bram, and Rook.
It's ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we would definitely change the names because I don't want to confuse. Like, I don't want somebody like, wait, that's the same.
That's not how
That's
it went.
completely different.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think will do a
There's
name
game
change.
and there's book. And
Yeah.
those are going to be different. Yep.
Yeah. And like because it is important, like it shouldn't matter, but it is because like all of our D&D games that we run for our patrons take place kind of in our universe.
Uh-huh.
And there are recurring characters popping up here and there. So it is like having our stories, our books that also happen kind of in our same universe.
Uh-huh.
They have to be separated because D&D games are so much influenced by outside forces.
Yeah.
The
yeah.
outside characters.
And also like you have to sort of confine it to the rules of D&D.
Yeah.
And like the spell Fireball does not exist in the book that we are writing.
No.
So like,
Yeah. It's like, oh, and things happen, in a game that would not happen. They would have world changing things would happen.
Yeah.
So it's like, there's definitely kind of alternate universe happening there. But
yeah.
so, yeah.
We love making NPCs for the D&D games that we run for our patrons. We love making NPCs inspired by our book characters that we have come up with that were inspired by our D&D characters that we've played. So it all comes full circle over and over again. It's great.
It is. It is crazy how much everything just kind of goes back to the beginning.
Yeah.
And then just comes back in. And so, I mean, you have, never mind. I was going to say something about an NPC in a game we're playing right now, but it's unknown.
We have not introduced this NPC yet. Yeah.
Anyway.
Or reintroduced? I don't know. Anyway, we've been recording for about an hour.
Yeah.
An hour and 5 minutes, and I need to go take care of Stella.
Oh, yeah.
So.
And I would like to actually eat dinner.
Oh, yeah.
That's a thing that we should do.
Dinner is a thing that needs to happen.
So,
okay. Do we have more members?
Do we have? I don't know. I was just going to say, if you've enjoyed this episode, thank you. We're sorry it's not our regular episode.
Yeah. Sorry about that. That was my fault.
But here we're doing the best of it. We shift gears and we move on.
Mm-hmm.
We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll get back to our regular programming next week.
Yeah. Also, just we love hearing from listeners.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know. Send us a message. Send us an email. Comment on our social media post when we, advertise this episode or whatever. Let us know what you're most excited for about the upcoming projects that we've talked about. Because that might help us. I mean, Scarab is definitely
our focus
right now. But after that, we've just listed a billion books and ideas that we've had. Let us know what you want to see next.
Yeah. Give us a direction to point our little ADHD brains.
Yeah.
Because we'll go in every which one of them.
If we know that there are people excited for the projects that we have coming up, then that'll make us want to focus on them more.
And we'll get excited. It gives us excitement. We're like, oh, they like this idea. Yeah, I like this idea too. Let's go. Let's go with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we love hearing input. We love to get feedback and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
shoot us a message. And War Member. Do you have a War Member?
We did game night at my family's.
Oh my gosh.
That was fun. That could be both of our
That's
War
going to be,
Members.
yes. That was fun.
So there's this game called Nerds. I don't know who's heard of it. I don't even remember who taught me.
I feel like
but-
I've played it, but called something else.
Yeah. There's also a version of it that you play with playing cards called Peanuts that has kind of similar vibes.
Okay.
I think it's slightly different, but I don't remember the rules of Peanuts. But like Nerds, we play with rook cards. Everybody has their own deck, and the object of the game is to basically be able to play as many cards out in the middle of the table as possible. And yeah, it's everybody's moving all at once,
Utter
and
chaos.
everything's happening all at once, and it's fun. I'm not gonna sit here and explain the
Yeah,
rules.
don't explain it. But it was fun. That was probably the most cardio I've done in a long time.
It's a very fast-paced game.
It's a fast-paced game. I stood up the entire game and was like slamming cards and trying to get play cards. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, I think that was we can share that War Member.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
So thanks, Mom, AJ,
Yay.
and Tia for playing Nerds.
I'm sorry if I hit your hand too hard. So yeah,
That was fun.
I love that one. Awesome.
Cool. All right. I'm almost was like, hey, we need to draw cards. But
I
we
know.
have
Oh,
subjects.
that's what I'm sitting here waiting for. I'm like, wait, what's next
what's
after
next?
War Members? Okay. I think this is where we say goodbye.
Yeah. Time to say goodbye.
My brain just went, it's so hard to say goodbye.
I don't know what that is.
It's an old R&B, old from the 90s. Oh my gosh. Anyway, let's go before I turn to dust over here in my old age.
All right. Thank you for listening.
Talk at you next week.
Talking to you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Where's the mouse? Okay.